Indiscipline, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is a situation in which people do not control their behavior or obey rules.
If they are disciplined from house, it will be easier for them to cooperate with the school. So will I say it's starting from the parents, because some of them are behaving as if they did not receive home training from their house. So because they say charity begins at home, because if your parents discipline you at home and you come to the school, you won't have any issues with the teachers. That is it. So it affects them negatively.
Where the authority or parents or guardians or whoever that is supersedes you gives an instruction or directive that people violate.
Scholars say various factors are responsible for indiscipline, some of which include socio-economic and cultural factors, playing a role in encouraging indiscipline among teachers and young adults in schools.
There are so many factors that is causing indiscipline. Like with the parents, some people used to say children of nowadays. They are forgetting that it's parents of nowadays that give birth to children of nowadays that are not disciplined. They said charity begins at home. When your parents are morally disciplined, if your parents are disciplined, there's no how they will not inculcate discipline into your life. So charity begins at home, because what some parents are doing, that is the reflection of the behavior of their children outside.
Indiscipline may also arise as a result of poor management on the part of a teacher or leader.
It's just that in my school, teachers don't normally come to class like that. We don't finish our scheme of work every time.
One of the challenges I encounter is in my physics. Actually, I'm not really finding it easy.
One of the things that is causing indiscipline, because the right thing has not been done by the authority, by the superior, by the parents, especially the children, to be wayward right now in the country we are.
Because I've been hearing about what teachers are doing in school, like doing something wrong and students are looking at them. But to my own part, I don't see a reason why teachers will promote indiscipline, because they're supposed to be the one to instill discipline in students.
Insensitive and thoughtless words, and this, from ahead, are potent reasons for subordinates to resort to acts of indiscipline.
The male teachers are not appropriate with us. They lack training. Why for the female, when they come, they'll just give notes, pressing for making call, doing all sorts of this thing. Like our civic uncle now, sometimes he just like don't understand anything about children. He can't let us share our problems. When we are trying to do it on our own now, he'll be saying like we are ganging up against him, that we cannot do this to him. You can injure out of anger and ignorance. He can't do anything to the students. So we just maintain ourselves, copy notes. In mathematics now, they'll come while they are teaching. The uncle will be speaking to everybody, but to try get what he's saying, it will be hard. And if you assume to ask you a question, I didn't get it, he'll be singing a song for you that you are going to fail. When you are trying to tell him back that no, that you will not fail, you will still know. He's continue singing it. So I don't like that. And
like today, we just finished the class, chemistry. When you saw that the class was getting dull, he asked somebody to sing, so it's going to bring back the class mood. Everybody is going to participate very well in class. Some other teachers, when people are just not paying attention, they don't care. They'll be like, as far as they are paying them, it's not their business. Why there are some, then people are not paying attention, just start beating them. So there are different type of teachers that do things based on what they feel like is right.
Some of our teachers, they flog, and they flog really bad. Some of our teachers, they are nice, they joke with you, and at the same time they cheat you. What makes me happy, because some of our teachers, they don't flog, or they just joke with us and they copy note. Some of our teachers, they just flog, only flog, they don't even know how to cheat.
She used a cane to flog all of us in the class.
Okay. Why do you disobey your teacher?
Because of my friend always distract us.
Did they do the right thing at the right time as a teacher?
No.
Another cause of indiscipline is said to be defective communication by the superiors and ineffective leadership, as exemplified here.
Some teachers do come to school, just sign and then go back home to relax. And some teachers don't even enter the class. And so when they enter, they can't even copy the note on the board. They give it to us students to copy the note on the board, and they just sit down. Some when they enter the class, they just what they do is to press their phone, make calls, go on Facebook, Instagram. Why they give us the student the notes to copy, and some don't even explain. They just do anything they want. At the end, we'll have failures, and it will not be that we students are not serious. Why is the teachers that the fault is actually from? Because I don't think, some don't even have lesson plan. Like they don't even plan their lesson, they just come and do whatever they want, and they'll just go out of the class. And some even come, they bully us, some teachers, they flog us anyhow. Some even insult us, call us different kind of names. But when we try to report, the school management will end up not doing anything. And that is why when we report to our parents, there was issue in the school that a boy reported an issue to his father, and his father came to school and fought the teacher. And they wanted to give the boy yes. Why actually the fault was from the teacher? Because they flog us anyhow, which is wrong. It's highly wrong.
Management sometimes indulges in unfair practices like discrimination in allotment of work, defective and inefficient handling of grievances, resolving conflicts, or partiality are factors that also allow for indiscipline.
What makes me unhappy with teachers is that when they come to class, they notice that people are not paying attention to what they are teaching. They'll just walk out of the class. They'll walk out of the class for them to draw the class attention that they are around. They'll walk out of the class. Or when somebody does something bad, and I'm in the midst of when they do something bad, then my name is now called among people that do something bad when I don't actually participate in doing it. Then teacher does not hear my side of the story. That makes me angry at them.
There are different forms of punishment that you can give a kid. So I've discovered that over time, when you flog children, it hardens them. Sincerely, it does. You can punish a child by denial. That is what I do. If I'm sharing, let's say, snacks, and I know that you are a stubborn child, I will share for all the other children. I will not give you. I think that one will send a message to the child faster than cane. You cane them over time, they get used to the cane. Some of them will say, after all, is it not just cane? And honestly, some teachers can get out of hand and brutalize children through caning. So I don't support caning. There are a lot of punishments that you can give kids, light punishment, but you try to send a message to them to make them understand that what they have done is wrong.
The reason parents and guardians send their watch to school is to acquire knowledge, skills, and discipline.
It's because of, let me say, the parents, or we the parents, who think or feel that, yes, we have all it takes to do all things for our children, or to take care of our children, even to buy the conscience of the teachers who are taking care of our children. So as such, whenever the parents or the teachers try to discipline the children, the parents who are there, who are doing, or who are the authority, feel that, yes, their money can do all things, and whereby they also tell the children that they have done this, they have money, they have all it takes for them to go anywhere they want to go, to do whatever they want to do in this country. So I believe that those are the things that make the children not to obey the teachers per se.
In fact, discipline is one of the critical factors put into consideration before a student gets promoted to another class. If in a secondary school, or even graduates from a tertiary institution. No wonder many schools across Nigeria hinge their certificates on graduation of character and learning.
Yes, some teachers may be involved in promoting indiscipline if they turn blind eyes at any misbehavior of a child, hidden and abetting. The child is coming to school with phone, you ignore it, you check. And that's why we have check and balances in the school. As our children are coming, we check them from the gate, check their bag, ensure that they are properly dressed, they don't bring contraband, they don't flout school rules. And we encourage positive behavior by motivation, praise, award, certificates, things that will make even outing as little as ice cream outing for good behavior, for good performance. It will inculcate in the children that they are appreciated for good things. It's not just punishment. We use the motivational approach to behavior management. So in essence, schools should focus more on positive behavior management so that they don't just focus on indiscipline and feel that. And of course, as a school head and as staff, we should be role model. If you say anything, you must walk by it, you must be a good example.
Only are schools meant for academic and intellectual pursuits, but for molding the character and behavior of students, as well as instilling in them discipline.
It's expected from students. It is what teachers are supposed to work on, because attitude is everything. So teacher needs to mold the moral of the students so that whatever they learn from their environment, from their home environment or external environment, need to watch on, and we should correct it. So this indiscipline is we're supposed to instill discipline in students.
They should be obedient, they should respect their teachers, they should keep to school rules and regulations. If they are obedient to the authorities, I don't think there will be issues. When you come to class, know that these people are imparting knowledge. Knowledge is not something you can buy, you can't quantify it, you cannot pay for it. When a teacher is teaching you, a teacher is trying to help you, bring you up in life, and that foundational knowledge that they impart takes you for life. So students should learn to respect their teachers. They should respect their teachers. They should see the value in what the teachers are giving to them.
This includes the practice of training people to obey rules or abide by a code of conduct, while punishment or a preset of consequences are applied to correct disobedience.
Follow the instruction of the school. There's an instruction in school. Follow the instruction of the school. Don't do this, don't do that. Do this, do it. At the appropriate time, there are some, like breaking time, you see some children are out before the breaking time, going around the school premises. Instead of you to stay in your class, listening to lecture, and when exam comes, they fail. Who are you going to blame? Is it the teacher? Why your ward is not in class to listen to lecture? At the end of the day, now, all these students, some of them, this hooliganism is in them. Friends, you are home training your children, but when he or she gets to school, they're into another regime. So they say charity begins at home. There are some parents who doesn't tolerate nonsense. You flog my child, I will not come to you that what did he or she do. I know you can't just beat my child because you are not mad. You are trying to help me to correct my words. So I should appreciate you. That's how it is.
It's peer influence. You will see very decent children from homes. Once they come together in a crowd and they begin to meet their peers, they misbehave. Some of them tend to misbehave because of peer influence from the other kids. That's one of the reasons, though. And then the behaviors of teachers too. If you are a teacher, you want respect from the children, you should respect yourself. The way you conduct yourself, the way you comport yourself, students, pupils will respect you.
It cannot be any reason if the child did not misbehave. So all they did is to correct the child from misbehavior. So that's what I know. Once there is discipline, it makes the child to grow in a good way.
There is a general belief that the standard of education in Nigeria is falling, and this has been attributed to internal, external, and human factors, with the major one being indiscipline.
The whole country is the way that it is today because of indiscipline. Because some of the parents and some of the elders that are age enough to be parents doesn't take care of children, like giving them some discipline tips. It is good that parents should pass discipline to their children. That way, go a long way. As far as the child is in school, the discipline will continue both in school and outside school. So that is how it should be.
Most time, parents who are out there going here and there to make sure they make something meaningful for the children or for well-being of the children, they don't have much time to discipline our children, because our teachers, or the teachers rather, they are the one who will take care of our children properly, teach them, correct them, tell them the right way to follow or to live.
Among primary and secondary schools, the common causes of indiscipline, according to some scholars, are unfair management practices by school authorities, absence of effective leadership by teachers, communication barriers, varying disciplinary measures, effective supervision, inadequate attention to students' problems, and victimization of students by their teachers. In many schools, there is an absence of code of conduct, and in many cases, students take liberty to misbehave as a result of teachers' lateness and absenteeism.
There must be role model for the children, and this so that ensure that we don't turn blind eyes at any little misbehavior, because from little it graduates to be big things. Like you mentioned, exam malpractice. If students are well prepared, there are schools that are ahead and abet exam malpractice. Here we have zero tolerance to malpractice, zero tolerance to indiscipline.
Other issues are overcrowded classrooms, unconducive school environment, harsh school rules and regulations, poor teaching, and poor leadership by some school administrators.
Students in our class were quite much, and no much space to do practical.
Most especially, we science students are suffering for textbook in our lab.
As such, an act of indiscipline or misconduct is therefore the deviation or bypassing of established rules, which should be followed without any discretion. A practice becoming common among school children nowadays. But what could be responsible for the increasing level of indiscipline among school children in this time and age? Disciplinary problems may differ in severity, such as minor infractions, which refer to those acts that do little or no harm, or which, when viewed in isolation, result in very little serious consequences, but which may become serious if accumulated. For example, negligence, failure to be present when needed, carelessness, and minor violation of rules.
Because when you disobey her, that makes us angry, and she will punish you. If she did not punish you, you will sweep the class and you will pick and you sweep the staircase.
We do something bad, we make noise in the class, so she will beat us.
Not do my assignments, or I not pass my classwork.
Indiscipline affects students in many ways. It causes distraction in their academics, it promotes rioting, and it causes unnecessary peer pressure.
Don't force her. Hey, you guys don't force her. Just allow her to say.
The second is major infractions, acts which substantially interfere with the orderly operations of a school system. These acts create apparently serious consequences: refusal to carry out instructions, cheating, stealing, or violating rules are some of the examples of major infractions.
Sometimes we'll be playing in the class, she will give us a chance. If she wants us, then we'll be singing. If she wants us to stop, some will not stop, some will continue be singing.
Why you not with your uniform?
My uniform is in my bag.
So why did you remove it?
Nothing.
Just like that. How stubborn are you?
I am not stubborn, because the reason that I remove it, the thing is not washed.
A child that is not disciplined, there's no how he or she can do well in school. But when you are in school and you are disciplined, you will really know what you are there for. When you are disciplined, you listen to your teacher, and your teacher will be able to impart knowledge into you. But if you are not disciplined, maybe you go to school at will, you are not doing assignment, you are not, maybe you are given a portion in the school premises to take care of. You are not doing that. So it will really affect them academically and morally, because a child that is not disciplined, there's no how that child can do well.
The intolerable offenses which are illegal or drastic in nature, severely strain or endanger education. They are full of threats and menace to most students or schools.
The day she brought the gun to school, she was drunk, and she said she wants to shoot the vice principal, and some of her classmates corrected her. She shouldn't have done that, but she was highly drunk. She started speaking unexpectedly. So when the army men came, I heard that they catch her.
The story we were told was that the girl took the weapon to the school to harass one of the teachers.
The problem we have is the teachers. Our problem is the teachers and the uncontrolled habits. They do anything they want to do, but when they caught you, they'll just start beating. And all the male teachers that don't have manners, they are not trained. So they do nonsense. Like students, if you are not open to them as a girl, your mark is going down.
These are not without consequences.
If I offend, my teacher can flog me. But if I don't offend, the teacher cannot flog me.
I'm unhappy when my teacher flogs people.
Indiscipline, if condoned at school levels, educationists say will pull down the very fabrics of education itself.
Really, it's not proper for the children to misbehave towards their teachers. They should respect their teachers at all costs, because I know they come to learn from them, and it's good for them to behave well.
Lack of discipline in schools is also caused by peer pressure. In other words, some learners might misbehave because of the pressure from others to behave in a way which may challenge authority.
If a child does something that is wrong now, maybe you are my mother, you are trying to tell me what I did is wrong, and my father is indulging me that, why should you do this? You know, when a mother is cautioning the child, the father should absent himself. And when the father is doing the same thing, the mother should caution herself. I mean, you understand? Let two be one. If two becomes separate, definitely we are not going to get there. By the time you get home, you see some children, when they did something wrong in school, they come home, their parents will go to the school to go and fight the teacher, which is very wrong. Without committing a crime or offense, a teacher is not stupid, he's not mad. He can, because he or she has his own children somewhere else.
However, there are several ways this can be handled to avoid societal decay.
By making the teachers attend to us every time, and by attending to the class, doing all necessary activities in the school.
Experts in the education sector recommend being professional, amongst others.
It's become mainly the responsibility of the government to make sure that the teachers are disciplined. In other ways, when the teachers are disciplined, they will pass the discipline to the students. And then when the students are disciplined, we'll definitely have a society that is disciplined too.
Anything that has a beginning must surely have an end. They should be disciplined, listen to their teachers, face their studies squarely. What they don't supposed to do, let them not do it. Let them not involve themselves in courtism and some other social meanness.
Normally, flogging is not the best thing to advise the child, because the more you flog, the more the child becomes more hardened in what he's doing. He will just tell you, is he not flogging? But when you give a child a punishment that he himself will not be able to control, Next time he will not repeat what he was punished for. But today a child committed an offense, you flog him, tomorrow flog, next tomorrow you flog, and flogging continue, even not only in school, even at home. There are some punishment, light punishment you can give a child that will make him to realize what I did is wrong.
Indiscipline by students, teachers, and administrators in a number of schools within the FCT, many say, is as a result of corruption, which is gradually eating away the system and causing moral, academic, and intellectual decline, which, if not curbed in good time, will eventually result to social, moral, and intellectual decadence that will affect the society as a whole.